2-day toll-free travel for CNY festive season. Action will be taken against nasal inhaler sellers targeting school students. Salam Malaysia Madani. I'm Muhammad Amin Carlos and you're watching Malaysia Tonight. Well, toll exemption will be given to users of Class 1 private vehicles on 8th and 9th February in conjunction with the Chinese New Year celebrations. The Works Minister, Dr. Sri Alexander Nantalingi, said highway users can enjoy the toll-free travel from 12:01 a.m. on 8th February to 11:59 p.m. on 9th February at all toll plazas except the Bangunan Sultan Iskandar or BSI Toll Plaza and Tanjung Kupang Toll Plaza in Johor. Now, he said the 2 days of toll-free travel would have an estimated financial implication of 42.99 million ringgit. The initiative is in line with the aspirations of the unity government, which focuses on the welfare of the people and reducing their cost of living. He also advised highway users to take advantage of this toll waiver to better plan their journeys and to abide by the issued travel time advisory, or also known as the TTA. Dr. Sri Nanta also took the opportunity to advise travellers to ensure that they have enough balance in their touch-and-go cards and e-wallets. The latest traffic information can be obtained from the Malaysian Highway Authority or LLM line, as well as their official social media accounts on Facebook or on X. Well, in another development, the Malaysian Highway Authority, the LLM, expects an increase in traffic volume of up to 2.5 or rather 2.4 million vehicles daily starting tomorrow in conjunction with the Chinese New Year celebration. Now, in a statement today, LLM said that of the total 1.5 million vehicles will use the North-South Expressway or Plus and 199,000 vehicles on the Kuala Lumpur-Karak Expressway. LLM also expects 106,000 vehicles on the East Coast Expressway 1 and 61,000 vehicles on the East Coast Expressway 2. To address the situation, the LLM has instructed all highway concessionaires to make thorough preparations so that road users can enjoy a safe and smooth journey. Concessionaires were told that they cannot close highway lanes except for emergencies until 14th February. Furthermore, they were advised to activate smart lane routes at identified locations on the Plus and tidal flow lanes on the KL-Kara Highway. The concessionaires have also been instructed to ensure that the toll system works properly and to set up temporary toll lanes at some toll plazas with high traffic volumes. Well, the Health Ministry is identifying punitive action and regulation against those selling newly emerged vape-like products designed to appeal specifically to school students. Now, Health Deputy Minister Dr. Lukanisman Awang Sauni said retailers should have been more aware of its threat to consumers, in particular children. Commenting further, he stressed that the e-cigarette retailers should be more rational in the sales of the nasal inhaler.
Pengedar dan juga yang menjual produk-produk ini haruslah rasional dalam menjual, bukan untuk mengawal keuntungan tetapi juga perlu melihat kesan mudarat kepada penggunaan yang lain.
He said this to reporters after opening the Wellness Hub at the Urban Transformation Centre in Kangar today. He also launched the Sugar Reduction Advocacy Program and state-level World Cancer Day during the event. Dr. Lukanisman added that the Health Ministry Director General would be making an announcement on the matter soon. On the Wellness Hub, he said the establishment of the facility is to offer various health consultations by doctors and relevant experts to create awareness among the people to look after their health. And he said this is in line with the ministry's agenda to shift from sick care to health care so that every person will be more responsible for his or her health as well as their family and community. As of last December, a total of 32 wellness hubs have been established nationwide. Well, a total of 2.69 million individuals have registered with the Central Database Hub, also known as PADU, as of yesterday. And Chief Statistician Datuk Seri Muhammad Uzir Mahidin said 5 states, namely Sarawak, Selangor, Johor, Perlis and Kelantan, recorded the highest registrations since the system was launched on 2nd January. And elaborating further, Datuk Seri Muhammad Uzir said that based on records, his team is confident that the target of 3 million individual registrations under PADU will be reached soon. Met after reviewing the PADU registration process in the Digital Economy Centre, or PEDI, in Mahligai, Bachok today, he said a total of 911 PEDI nationwide will also provide services to help residents make updates on the PADU system. PADU registration will be open until 31st March. Now, based on the work carried out, DOSM is confident that in this period of more than a month, there will be increased awareness about PADU and registrations will continue to increase. PADU was developed locally using the internal expertise of the Ministry of Economy, DOSM, as well as the Malaysian Administrative Modernisation and Management Planning Unit, known as MAMPU. Various government ministries, agencies and state governments also contributed to the development of the database. Well, the allegation that the former Yang di-Pertuan Negeri of Sarawak, Tun Abdul Taib Mahmud, has been taken away and his whereabouts are not known to family members is not true. Inspector General of Police, IGP Tan Sri Razaruddin Hussein, said the whereabouts of Tun Abdul Taib are known to his siblings, lawyers and doctors, as well as nurses.
Police have received media reports regarding the matter from family members, but not from the Sarawak Police Commissioner, the Director of the Criminal Investigation Department and the IGP, he said, adding that investigations on the matter are underway.
Kononnya TYP, bekas TYP Sarawak ini telah pun dilarikan dan kita ada buka kertas siasatan daripada hospital. Dia datang ke rumah kediaman dia Demak. Adakah dia dilarikan? Tidak. Jadi siasatan kita tu masih siasatan, tetapi untuk mengatakan dia diculik memang tak masuk akal. Memang tidak masuk akal. Anak dia boleh lihat di rumah dia di Demak. Adik-beradik dia pun boleh lihat di rumah dia di Demak. Tak ada masalah. Ada doktor, ada nurse. Jadi fakta yang sebelum ini perbetulkan.
He said this when met after launching the UP Selamat 21 and the VSP, that's Volunteer Smartphone Patrol 2.0, in conjunction with the Chinese New Year at Persada Plus Subang today. He said official statements on the case should only be from the police. Meanwhile, in Kuching, Sarawak Police Commissioner Datuk Mancha Atta confirmed that Tun Abdul Taib was currently at his private residence.
On a related note, Sarawak Premier Tan Sri Abang Johari Tunoping said former Yang di-Pertuan Negeri of Sarawak, Tun Abdul Taib Mahmud, is receiving treatment at his private residence in Kuching. Well, he said Tun Abdul Taib was being provided treatment by a doctor and a nurse from Norma Medical Specialist Centre who were assigned to take care of him. Now, however, Tan Sri Abang Johari said he had not met with Tun Abdul Taib yet. Well, he said he had also not received a report on Tun Abdul Taib's health, adding that he needed to ask the doctor for more information. And he said this to reporters when met after the 2024 Sarawak Public Service Day celebration in Kuching today. Well, earlier today, Inspector General of Police Tan Sri Razaruddin Hussein was reported to have denied the claim that Tun Abdul Taib had been taken away and his whereabouts were not known to family members. 2 days ago, the Sarawak Police confirmed receiving a report that Tun Abdul Taib was taken away from a hospital and that the case was investigated under Section 336 of the Penal Code regarding acts taken that could endanger the life or personal safety of others. Well, Malaysia places third in ASEAN IDI Index 2023. Well, Communications Minister Fahmi Fadil said that the Cabinet today has identified a candidate to replace Tun Wan Junaidi Tunku Jaafar as the President of the Dewan Negara following the latter's appointment as the Governor of Sarawak. Well, he said several names have been scrutinized to shoulder the highest post in the country's highest legislative body.
Details regarding the matter will be announced by the Prime Minister before the Dewan Negara convenes next month. Fahmi refrained from providing further details by saying it was the PM's prerogative. Tun Wan Junaidi, a former law minister, had assumed the role of Dewan Negara president last June. However, he stepped down from the position last month to become the 8th governor of Sarawak for a period of 4 years from 26 January 2024 until 26 January 2028.
Saya serah kepada Perdana Menteri nanti untuk umumkan, tapi ia akan dikendalikan sebelum sidang Dewan Negara yang akan bermula sekitar pertengahan Mac.
Well, meanwhile, the Madani Rakyat program will be held on an appropriate scale in 6 states this year to continue efforts to spread government initiatives and achievements to the people. Now, Fahmi said it would be implemented starting in Selangor from the 23rd until the 25th of February.
The implementation would be carried out next in Pulau Pinang in April and then Pahang in June, followed by Johor in the next month. As for Sabah and Sarawak, the program will be implemented in September and October respectively. Last year, the Madani government one-year anniversary program, which was organized by the Prime Minister's Office, the PMO, through the Performance Acceleration Coordination Unit, PACU, and Malaysia Productivity Corporation, MPC, also involved the strategic collaboration of various ministries and agencies, government-linked companies, non-governmental organizations or NGOs in private sector and stakeholders.
Juga untuk beberapa perkhidmatan yang lain selain daripada menyampaikan maklumat terkini tentang program dan dasar kerajaan. Ia akan diadakan pada skala yang sesuai dengan lokasi, dengan tapak dan tidak akan menelan belanja yang terlalu besar, dan dia akan diusahakan sekali ataupun bersama di antara kerajaan negeri bagi tuan rumah yang menjadi tuan rumah pada program Madani sekali dengan sebuah kementerian.
Malaysia is ranked 15th in the world and 3rd in ASEAN in the Information and Communication Technology Development Index, the IDI 2023. A statement issued by the Malaysian Communications and Multimedia Commission, or MCMC, today said this placed Malaysia among the leading pack for telecommunication development on the global stage.
Tapi ini adalah satu pengumuman ataupun satu keputusan yang cukup baik, menunjukkan kita berada bukan hanya di landasan yang betul, tapi kita cukup baik, ya. Performance bagi Malaysia cukup baik. Cabaran kita bagi beberapa tahun yang akan datang adalah untuk mencapai 100% liputan 4G. Dan ini melibatkan beberapa isu teknikal, teknologi, geografi dan pengurusan di peringkat PBT.
Malaysia scored 94.5 points out of a total of 100, surpassing the global average of 72.8, thus showcasing the excellent achievement towards reaching the target of universal and meaningful connectivity. The IDI 2023, which measured 10 indicators, reported that Malaysia has, among others, achieved near universal coverage of 4G or LTE mobile networks, high mobile broadband subscriptions, and affordable prices for mobile and fixed broadband services.
The Ministry of Plantation and Commodities intends to make Egypt an essential part of its plan to expand Malaysia's palm oil exports to the African continent through the Suez Canal Economic Zone. Now, Minister Dato Sri Johari Abdul Ghani said economic cooperation in the palm oil sector between Malaysia and Egypt was discussed in his meeting with the Egyptian ambassador to Malaysia, Ragai Taufiq Nasir, on Monday at his office. Now, Egypt is a strategic country for the Malaysian palm oil industry, as palm oil makes up almost 90% of Malaysia's exports to Egypt. Now, in a post on his social media, Dato Sri Johari added that Egypt has a population of more than 110 million people. He also said that both countries are exploring a partnership in palm product marketing strategies involving government-linked companies, along with the cooperation of private players in both countries. countries. In addition to Malaysia's strong position as palm oil exporter to the country, Egypt is strategically located to be a potential gateway to other North African countries. AGX Group Berhad made its debut on Bursa Malaysia's ACE market at 41 sen, notching up a 6 sen or 17.14% premium over its initial public offering or IPO price of 35 sen. Now, at the opening bell, the counter saw 6.87 million shares changing hands.
Director of Dealings, TA Securities Holdings Berhad.
Of the expected gross proceeds of 33.78 million ringgit raised through its IPO exercise, it plans to use 16.44 million ringgit for working capital and 8.70 million ringgit for business expansion in Malaysia and South Korea by setting up new warehouses and offices in Pulau Pinang and Johor Bahru, as well as a new office in Busan, South Korea. Executive Director and Group Chief Executive Officer Dato' Ponodorai Periasami said the group planned to set up a warehouse at the port of Tanjung Pelepas, which is about 21 kilometers from its Singapore warehouse.
Of course, we are very happy and look at the volume when the startup price and the volume is moving. It looks very positive, and definitely this is a new milestone for the company, and we'll be moving forward and we'll see the growth.
He said this to reporters after the listing ceremony today. In terms of its target market, he said AGX had already entered several ASEAN markets, including Singapore, Malaysia, the Philippines, Myanmar and Cambodia. AGX Group is primarily a third-party logistics service provider, and its services comprise sea and air freight forwarding, aerospace logistics, warehousing and road freight transportation services.
Still ahead, Lufthansa walk out to X up to 90% of flights. Well, the foreign news, now up to 90% of Lufthansa's flight schedule will be cancelled on Wednesday due to a walkout by ground staff. The carrier warned the latest strike-related travel chaos to hit Germany. Now, some 25,000 staff will take part in the walkout over pay, which will last for around 27 hours from 4 a.m. local time, according to the Union Verde this week. Now, the strike will affect Germany's biggest airport in Frankfurt, as well as those in Munich, Hamburg, Berlin and Düsseldorf. The airline had previously warned up to 100,000 passengers would be affected. Lufthansa ground staff are demanding a 12.5% pay increase over 12 months, as well as one-off bonuses to counter inflation, according to Verdi. The airline said it has offered workers increases totaling more than 13% over the next 3 years, as well as the prompt payment of significant inflation bonuses. But the union has rejected the offer as totally unacceptable. Well, the strike comes as Germany faces a growing wave of social unrest in the transport sector. Pilots with German airline Discover, a subsidiary of Lufthansa, this week staged a 48-hour strike. Well, a bomb exploded outside the campaign office of a political candidate in southwestern Pakistan on Wednesday, killing at least 12 people ahead of voting. An official said the bombing in the town of Pishin in the volatile province of Balochistan targeted the candidate a day ahead of the national elections in Pakistan, and this according to local official Jamal Uddin. Now, more than 30 people were wounded by the bombing and were being treated at a local hospital, according to Dr. Habib Khan when met by a local television channel. Udin added that it wasn't immediately known if it was suicide bombing or a planted device went off. It was also not known if the candidate for the local constituency, Ashwandar Kakar, was at the office at the time of bombing. Campaigning officially ended on Tuesday night and voting is due to begin at 8 a.m. local time on Thursday, closing at 5 p.m. Violence by insurgents has surged in Pakistan in recent months ahead of the vote scheduled for Thursday. The northwestern provinces of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan, which both share a border with Afghanistan, have seen a rise in violence since the Taliban takeover of Afghanistan. Coming up in sports, injury dashers Nur Dabita's hopes of Olympic slot with Pandalela. Well, a triceps injury suffered by national elite diver Nur Dabita Sabri at the World Aquatics Championships in Doha had dashed her hopes of securing a slot for the 2024 Paris Olympic Games alongside Dato' Pandalela Rinong. Now, Malaysia Swimming Federation Technical Director Brian Nixel Lomas said the national diving squad's preparation had gone smoothly, with them camping for 2 months in China, but some matters out of their control happened upon arrival in Qatar.
At the World Aquatics Championships on Tuesday, Nur Dabita and Pandalela finished in 12th place out of 16 diving pairs with a total score of 240.06 points in the synchronized 10-meter platform event. To qualify for the Olympics, Nur Dabita Pandalela needed to finish among the top 4 in the competition. Pandalela, meanwhile, who had a big dream of making her 5th consecutive appearance at the Quadrennial Games, saw her hopes dash after failing in the synchronized 10-meter platform and 10-meter individual platform events on Sunday. So far, young diver Bertrand Roddick Lisses emerged as the sole Malaysian diver to qualify on merit for the 2024 Olympic Games.
And on to football, Jordan defeated South Korea 2-0 on Tuesday through goals from Yazan Al-Naimat and Musa Al-Tamari to qualify for the AFC Asian Cup final for the first time. Now, the two sides had played out to a 2-2 draw in the group stage.
This was South Korea's 5th AFC Asian Cup semi-final in 7 editions. But Jordan, ranked 64 places below South Korea, was making a first-ever appearance in the semi-finals. Jordan attacked aggressively at the beginning of the match but missed many good shooting chances. South Korea slowly grew into the match but also failed to convert on their various efforts. In the second half, the West Asian side finally broke the deadlock in the 53rd minute when Al-Naimat lobbed the ball over the advancing goalkeeper Jo Hyun-woo following a well-timed pass from Al-Tamari. Jordan struck again 13 minutes later when Al-Tamari skipped past 3 South Korea defenders before finding the net. Jordan's opponent in the final will be decided tonight when Iran face defending champion Qatar. Reacting to the loss, a very disappointed and angry Jurgen Klinsmann said the Daegu Warriors should have done better.
Yeah, obviously, disappointed because we had the big goal to get into the final and play the final. But Jordan deserves this win. Jordan deserves to go into the final.
Asked about his future with the South Korean national team, Klinsmann said he has no plan to resign yet, saying that he will discuss the matter with the South Korean Football Federation.
I'm not planning to do anything. I plan to analyze this tournament, go with the team back to Korea, and then obviously talk with the federation of what was good and what was not so good in that tournament.
In tennis, Naomi Osaka fell to defeat against Danielle Collins in her opening match at the Abu Dhabi Open. And the 4-time Grand Slam champion made a comeback last month following the birth of her first child, reaching the second round of the Brisbane International before losing a close contest to Caroline Garcia in her opening match at the Australian Open.
Those performances gave plenty of cause for encouragement, but Osaka faded badly against American Collins, losing 7-5, 6-love. Rallies were few and far between in the first set, dominated by serve until Collins claimed the crucial break at 5-all. From there, the former Australian Open finalist ran away with the contest, with Osaka committing 20 unforced errors and looking dispirited as she dropped serve 4 times in a row. Osaka plans to play a fuller schedule than she did prior to her 15-month break, but it is clear the 26-year-old has plenty of work to do if she is to get back to the top of the game. Collins, who is planning to retire at the end of the season, moves on to a second-round clash with top seed Elena Rybakina on Thursday.
And 6-time major winner Boris Becker said he has stepped down as coach of Denmark's world number 7 Holger Rune with immediate effect due to private and professional responsibilities. Well, Becker returned to the tennis circuit last October to coach Rune, who went on to compete in the 8-player ATP finals in Turin, where his debut in the season-ending championship ended in the group stage.
In a social media post on Tuesday, Becker said that the partnership began with the initial goal to reach the ATP finals at the end of last year, but moving forward, he realized that in order to be successful, he would need to be available for Holger much more than he could. He added that due to professional and private responsibilities, he cannot give Holger what he needs now, wishing the Dane the very best in the future encounters. Becker, 56, was released from a British prison in December 2022 after having served 8 months of a 2.5-year sentence for hiding financial assets after he was declared bankrupt. The 3 times Wimbledon champion, who previously coached Novak Djokovic from 2013 to 2016, is currently barred from entering the UK.
Kejohanan Hoki TNP Liga Hoki Malaysia 2024. Perjuangan dan ledakan semangat menggegar kejuaraan utama Liga Hoki Malaysia. Nantikan aksi-aksi perlawanan di saluran OK dan saluran sukan RTM. Juga saksikan secara langsung di RTM Klik.
Well, that's it from us this evening. In a top story, 2-day toll-free travel for CNY festive season. And from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. Thanks for watching.